Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about a hypothesis. A hypothesis in the context of a lab report writing. Well, to begin with, in any experiment, any research, what is that one thing that uh, that scientists start with? Even before they conduct experiment, before they get their results, what is the first thing that appears? Actually, it's a question. It's a question that appears in scientists' minds, and the question they want to answer. Yeah, they want to get an answer if it's true or not, and that's why they conduct an experiment, right? They don't just conduct an experiment because they are bored. Well, some of them, right? Still, they might have some question in mind. They're curious to see how something works. So this thing is called a hypothesis, this question. It's not a question, it's a statement that needs to be proven. Proven means whether it's true or not. For example, you have water and you have orange juice, and you want to know which one freezes at a lower temperature, or which one freezes faster, water or orange juice. Yeah. So what do you do to find it out? First, you ask yourself a question, or you have a statement to prove. For example, you think that the freezing temperature of water is lower than that of orange juice. Yeah. Or the freezing temperature of water is higher than that of orange juice, or you think that they're the same. Yeah. So these three things are called hypotheses. This is the statement that you want to check if it's true or not, right? And that's why you conduct an experiment. You freeze water at different temperatures. You freeze orange juice at different temperatures, and then you compare, right? But before you do that, you have a hypothesis. You can choose one hypothesis, or you can have several, and then in the end, when you get the data, you uh, see if it's true or not. Yeah. So of course, when you choose a hypothesis, you don't know at this point if it's true or not, right? That's why you conduct an experiment. Well, take a look at these keywords. These keywords are about some experiment, right? What do you think it is about? 4 weeks, plant height, biofertilizer, chemical fertilizer, biofertilizer plus yeast. Well, I guess it's quite easy to see that the experiment is about a plant height, right? Some plant was growing for 4 weeks, and different types of fertilizers were used. Say biofertilizer, chemical fertilizer, and the combination of biofertilizer and yeast. So now let's come up with as many hypotheses as possible. Yeah. Well, actually, I give you a hint. I came up with 7, and you can pause the video and think about it, and then we'll discuss. We'll discuss some of them. Okay. So hopefully you have thought about it and you have come up with some. Well, these are mine. So number 1, the plant height increases faster with the use of biofertilizers. That's my hypothesis number 1. My hypothesis number 2, the plant height increases faster with the use of chemical fertilizers. My hypothesis number 3, the plant height increases at the equal rate with the use of all the fertilizers. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to talk about 4, 5, 6, 7. You think it for yourself, okay? And share it with your teacher, and the teacher will check if this is an appropriate hypothesis or not. Again, a hypothesis is a statement that needs to be proven. You need to say yes or no in the end of the experiment, right? So, like these hypotheses, we don't know if they're true or not, but we want to find out, right? All right, moving on. So take a look at this. You probably know this graph already if you did the midterm practice test. This is the basil with light and without light. This is the way it grows and stuff like that. So it's a very important exercise now, okay? It will help you to choose an appropriate hypothesis for your research and for your project as well. So look at these hypotheses. There are 6 hypotheses below. What you need to do, you need to find out which ones of them can be tested and which ones cannot be tested. Tested means you look at this data and you say yes or no. Yeah? If there is information about this hypothesis can be tested. If there is no information, then you cannot test it, right? So you need to find out which ones can and cannot be tested by this data, and then later which of them can be proven, which of them like are true. Okay, pause the video and do that. All right, so hopefully you've done that. Let's start with the ones that can be tested. Which ones which ones can be like proven, not proven, tested, looking at this graph. Ta-dam, 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 and ta-dam, 4 of them. And you will say, hey, but basil doesn't grow without light. It's not true, you will say. But it's not the thing. I'm asking you which ones can be tested, not which ones are true, right? So basil doesn't grow without light. There is basil, right? There's basil. And there is basil without light, this black line. So there is information about it, right? Of course, only one of them is true, like it's proven right. Yeah, this is the correct one, which is matching the data. But the rest, like this one, and this one, they can be tested. Okay, so these are good, like four of them are good hypotheses for this kind of research. The point is, in your research, you should choose a hypothesis, not the right one, but the one that can be tested. Okay, the one you can use this information about to say yes or no. All right, so before we continue talking about the introduction, you need to come up with a hypothesis for your report. And as I said, it's not necessary that you choose the correct statement like that is proven by the data, but the one that can be tested. You can test it looking at the data set.